What's going on, guys? It's Mondo here, and I kind of fixed it a little bit, the camera. But what's going on, guys? It's Mondo here. Before we get started, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, comment down below what you guys want to see next. And today we are going to take a look at NBA trades that have happened because I like the NBA. I love basketball. I grew up playing basketball. I still hoop a little bit, but I still have some very shaky knees. But yeah, we're gonna start off with the easy, quick ones. Here, December 15th, the Heat trade Thomas Bryant to the Pacers for a second round pick swap. That's more like just getting some money off the table. They probably knew that they weren't going to win too many games. Like, where are they at? They're like, what, 6th? 7th. They're 7th. They're 500. They're a 500 team. But they are trying to get younger. Jimmy Butler is, getting up there in age. He's what, 30, 34, 35? I think he's 34, 35. Let's take a quick look. Roster. Where's Jimmy? Yeah, Jimmy is 35. So, do you really want a 35-year-old player? Not really. I mean, look at their team already. They are really young. All the older players are, look, Josh Richardson 31, Terry Rozier 30, they're both still like at the end of their primes, right? Same with Alec Burks, he's like at the end. But Jimmy Butler, you can tell he's somewhat regressed a little bit, and we know him as a as a player that lifts his production up in the playoffs. But how long is that gonna last? Right? How long will that actually last? Oh, gosh, this light. How long will that last until, the age will actually catch up? So I feel like that's kind of where they're at. I mean, they're trying to build around, Tyler Herro and Bam Adebayo, which they have, they play roughly at Jimmy's level. They have maybe 5 to 6 year window. Same with another trade that's going to be coming up. It's a decent window, but it's kind of small, right? So it's not the greatest window. I'm still trying to figure out this light, but yeah, it's not the biggest window. And Jimmy, he's just getting older. They're trying to get younger. I wouldn't doubt that they try to get more picks and stuff in the next few days now, because it's the 5th. Yeah, the next few days. Then we go into also what happened on the 15th. Dennis Schroeder from the Nets to the Warriors with a second round pick, top 37 protected. So out of the 60 picks, if you don't know, there's 60 picks in the NBA draft. 30 is in the first round, 30 is in the second round, so 31 to 60 is in the second round. And they trade DeAnthony Melton, Reese Beekman, which I think is a rookie, and a bunch of seconds. This makes sense only because DeAnthony Melton is or at least at that time was injured. I don't know if he's still injured or not. Let's look at the Nets. Gotta love my editing, right? Nets. Profile. The Nets. And I don't think he's played at all this season. That is this season's stats, right? Stats. Because I know this one's year by year. Yeah, he only played 6 games this year, and it's pretty lackluster numbers, if I'm being honest. No, it's pretty good for whenever, he kind of went back to his Memphis days a little bit, but at that point he was injured and they were trying to make the playoffs, and I think Warriors are 10th right now? Yeah, 10th. Right above the Mavericks, who just made a trade. The Spurs, who just also made a trade, which we're going to go over in a second. The Trailblazers are starting to catch fire now. Pelicans and Jazz are them. But yeah, I mean, at that time at least it was a very good trade. Now they've kind of fallen off, but Dennis Schroeder gives some great bench help. and he could also start with Steph because he is a more ball dominant player with Steph Curry, who can play really good off ball. So yeah, that was a pretty good trade. We should probably do ratings. I'd give this one maybe a B. I mean, it's just there. This one, looking at it now, because they took a big fall off the Warriors. With the big fall off, where is thine Warriors? Excuse me. And Steph Curry kind of fell off, excuse me, a little bit too, stats wise, right? And look, they're kind of on the older side, right? They're mixed of old and young. I swear they better not trade Kuminga, Podziemski, or Moody, because that would be bad. That'd be horrible. But yeah, sorry. Looking at it now, it's, dare I say, a B minus. Like, it's there, but then again, you also gave up 3 seconds. One next year, then another one in another 3 years, another one in 4 years. It's there. Then this is the start of what's happened. Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton to the Lakers for the Nets, are for D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, and 3 future seconds. Now, I'm surprised they didn't put what the seconds were, but yeah, D'Lo, going back to the Nets, he had his best years there, in my opinion. Of course, he spent some time with the Warriors after, and then because of the Kevin Durant trade back in 2019, I believe, then you had him getting traded to Minnesota, then, of course, to the Lakers, and now back to the Nets, which is pretty funny, because now we're expecting him to go back to the Warriors, right? But nah, I mean, that's another trade. I mean, they got a better defensive player out of it. Shake Milton, I mean, he's all right, huh? Shake Milton. Shake Milton, where are you at? Where is... Am I blind? Yes, I am. Brooklyn Nets. I mean, he's alright, right? He's always been a pretty decent player. Did he get traded already? Am I looking at this right? Oh, Lakers. My bad. Where are the Lakers? There. And Shake Milton, I don't think, has played too much, right? Hasn't played too awful much. Yeah, I mean, six points, two boards, 2 assists, and it's not the best numbers in what, recent games. I mean, he's played very inconsistent minutes, so you don't expect him to like score 21 every night and then 4 the next, right? You don't expect much out of him, but I'm looking at the stats because I haven't been able to watch too many games, I'll be honest. I know if he's all right defensively. He is a guard, a perimeter player out there. So yeah, I mean, Dorian Finney-Smith also spreads the floor, plays pretty good defense. He's one of the best defenders in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna give this one a B. You know what? I'll give it a B plus. I mean, it's another one that's just there, but it's pretty high up there. This is the beginning of the fiasco, right? The Suns trade Josh Okogie, a really good perimeter defender, and 3 future seconds for Nick Richards and 1 second-round pick. This one's crazy because Nick Richards is a young center with a lot of upside, right? From the Charlotte Hornets, and of course the Hornets get a good mentor player, an older player who could play really good defense, which Charlotte Hornets really need, right? So, well, let's look at his last few games because I know he had a monster game. Nick Richards, I mean, he had a monster game here a little bit ago, a few days ago. Do. Like he did, what was it, like a 20 and 20 game or something? I know he had 20 boards in one game. Nick Richards. Let's see. Yeah, it was almost 20 and 20. But 20 points, 19 boards. That's one of his first games there, I believe. And yeah, you can still see that he's still getting into his own. He's still, oh my bad, still getting used to it. But in wins, look, I mean, the wins speak for themselves. 14 with 16 boards. This was a loss, but look, he's getting boards at least. He's doing something out there. He's getting some blocks, right? Of course, bigs, you expect turnovers, not the best free throw percentage, but he's out there. I mean, he's doing his thing. And look, how old is he? I could have just scrolled up, right? Let's see. Nick Richards is, I think, 20. Oh, well, he's younger than. I thought he was younger. Oh my gosh, that's okay. I thought he was like 24, 25, but 27. Jesus Christ. Never mind, I screwed up that analysis. But 27, and I mean Josh Okogie is Josh Okogie, right? Everybody knows 3-and-D player. Was on the Timberwolves for a bit. Then of course the Suns. He's a pretty good player. 3-and-D, which is what the Hornets need, is defense and shooters around LaMelo. For the Suns, because they did get a center, which is what they needed, and the Hornets, they got picks. I mean, I would say that's an A- because Nick Richards is a pretty good player. He needs to develop a little bit more on the defensive side, but he's in his prime right now, which they need players in their prime right now. So yeah, that's pretty good, right? Then Suns land 3 first-rounders for an unprotected first. Oh, it's least favorable. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's just another trade. I'd give the Jazz a D on that front, because they need picks, especially this year. Least favorable. I mean, that's still what, 20s. You could get a pretty good player in the 20s, and same with 27. The Jazz, I mean, look at the ranking, for crying out loud. They need picks, especially this year. They need a lot of picks this year, but they traded it away. Cleveland, of course, is going to have a very low draft pick. It's going to be mid to late 20s. Minnesota, I mean, it's going to be there in the 20s again. Utah, yeah, it's going to be protected, but for how much, right? So, you know what? I give the Suns A and A-, excuse me. Jazz, I'm going to give a C-. That's just horrible for them. They need picks. Now this one. Clippers received Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills for Mo Bamba, PJ Tucker, a second round, and cash consideration. Just scratch out the cash consideration. That's just to help trade. But Drew Eubanks, yeah, he's a pretty serviceable big, undersized center, but I mean he can play pretty decent defense. And Patty Mills, just a great shooting point guard who can shoot the three. I mean, and be a great mentor to young players. It's kind of sad that they traded a young player here, but Mo Bamba has kind of not lived up to expectations, if I'm being honest. And PJ Tucker, I mean, everybody sees him as that small ball center, and it's kind of sad, honestly. Because he can be a very good player on many teams, but he's also getting up there in age. And look, yeah, he's a player. Yeah, he's a player. He plays his role, plays it the best he can. I mean, that's just whatever. Right? And he does only have one game sample size, right? And, I forgot they have Kai Jones on their team. Then Patty Mills, number 88. Also getting up there in age, but he also doesn't play too much anymore. Yeah. I mean, that's not a good showing. That's not a good showing either. But he's also not getting, the 5-6 attempts a game like he used to, which he would hit all those threes at that point. But, I mean, hey. it is what it is. Of course, they give a second in in 2030. By that time, they're probably hoping that, some of these younger players like Cam Christie, Trenton Flowers, Bones Highland, all of them are starting to hit their strides by then, because that's 5 years from now. And Bones would be in the middle of his prime. Now, Amir Coffey, he's going to be, near the end of his prime. Kobe Brown, going to be, again, middle to end of his prime. Kai Jones should, if he doesn't screw up again and be dumb, he will be a very good player at that point. Same with Kevin Porter Jr. If he doesn't screw up, he'll be also a very serviceable player. So, that they're players. For the short term, I would say Clippers won, but the long term, the Jazz won, I believe. Because Mo Bamba's what? Mo Bamba is 25? 26. Yeah, he's 26. He does have some alright games every now and then, right? You see the potential, but sometimes the potential isn't what kind of grabs you at this point. You expect him to be, at least a serviceable big, maybe 7th, 8th man at most. He's not showing that at all. And PJ, he's getting older. He's 39. Yeah, 39. He's old. I'm not going to say he's washed, because he can still stretch out the floor for you. But he can't play defense like he used to. And, yeah, like I said, he's just there, honestly. I would say the Clippers get I don't even know what they would get, because they're in a difficult spot, because Kawhi always having to be in and out of the lineup. Jazz are rebuilding still, technically. I'm gonna skip a rating on this one, because that's Then it's the big trade that happened on the 2nd. Woke me up that morning. It's the 3-team trade involving Luka Doncic going to the Lakers with Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris. Mavericks getting Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first-round pick. And then, of course, the Utah Jazz jumping in to help with this, to spread out the money, make sure the money works. With Jalen Hood-Schifino, a second-round pick and a second-round pick via the Clippers this year. Now, those second-round picks, they're not going to do too awful much. They're going to be G League players until, at least another 2 years from now, maybe. Then, of course, Mavs get a first-round pick out of it from the Lakers, I'm pretty sure. That's all right? It's not bad. Max Christie, a great not a great, but pretty good defensive player to go alongside of their very offensive-driven team. Even though they have been really good defensively, don't crucify me. They are really good defensively, but that just helps their defense. Also have a little bit of a younger-ish player. I think he's 25, 24? Oh, he's 21. Oh, he's young. Which Christie am I thinking of? I'm thinking, okay. My mind is still all over the place. I literally just jumped on here 20 minutes ago, okay? I didn't have any of this set up. I just pulled it up and said, let's go. But 21 years old, defensive player. He's very good. Also, for whenever Anthony Davis and everybody gets old, because let's look at this team. I don't agree with this one bit, but hey, in the short term, they are going to be pretty good. And yeah, they have a bunch of older stars. Anthony Davis will be 32 in a couple weeks, I'm pretty sure. Dwight Powell's getting old. He's starting to get pushed out of the rotation more and more. Kyrie Irving, He's 32 already, gonna be 33 here at the end of the year, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, in 2 months. You see, I should just start paying attention to the freaking the dates. And then this is a later trade we'll talk about. But yeah, and they had two great players right here. But then again, I really don't see what we could really do with that as for Dallas. I'm with everybody else. Like, for the next year or two, they're going to be pretty good because they have also Klay Thompson, where is he at? Right here. And he's been pretty alright this year. Let's see, threes. And yeah, look, he has those 0 for 6 nights. But for the most part, he's getting older too. Like, what, 34? So I'm not getting the times wrong anymore. He's 34. Here in the next 2 to 3 years, he's gonna be 36, 37. He's gonna be on the older side. Nobody's gonna really want him. He's already slow on the defensive side. So I don't expect, Clay, Kyrie, and AD to be, the focal point after, the next 2 years. And like I said, I don't agree with it because now we go to the Lakers. We're going to forget about the Jazz this time. The Lakers are young. Like, they have pieces to go around Luka. Like, yeah, they have Dorian Finney-Smith. They have LeBron. They have Shake Milton, who's older. Markieff Morris. LeBron's only 20, or not LeBron. Luka is only 25. Right? You look at the team. Literally everybody else, besides the ones I listed, and of course Austin Reeves, is 25 or less. And then Gabe Vincent. But Gabe Vincent is Gabe Vincent. They are all young. Like, even Dalton Connect, who's 23, he's young. So, literally, I think even by next year, they're going to be fantastic. And, yeah, this year they may be, where are they at right now? They're 5th. I have a feeling they're going to fall off a little bit. What's going on? Come on, man. Like, because everybody is starting to hit their stride down here, especially this trade, which we'll go over here in just a second, I feel like they're going to fall to, like, the 7 or 8 seed. Still be above 500, but they're going to be, like, mid-40s, I think. Unless they play like they did last night, which they played amazing last night. But you can't always trust good performances, right? Because they don't have a true center besides Koloko, and Koloko is even then a young player who still needs some time to develop. Like, let's see, true centers. You don't see any true centers. Then they have this player, which, has he even played any? I don't think I've seen him play any at all. Yeah. 5, 2, 2. There's an 18, there's a 15. All of these are pretty decent blowouts. Like the Washington one. This one was a blowout, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So they need to find a center besides Koloko, and they have Jackson Hayes too. Which Jackson Hayes is Jackson Hayes, right? He's very uber athletic, but still doesn't know how to play the game of basketball very well. Yeah, look, you see the athleticism in his numbers. If he hones in on the athleticism, he's still young. He's, 24? 25, 24? 25, 24, hold on. 24. Yeah, I think that he will be extraordinary alongside Luka, because that's a pick and roll partner right there. I know Koloko is a pretty athletic dude himself. Next at least 2 years maybe, Dorian Finney-Smith, pretty athletic for his age. Christian Wood is very athletic. Yeah, They have pick and roll partners. They have somewhat shooters, not the best shooters. I'm not going to say they're the best shooters in the world, but they have some shooters. They have a killer in Luka himself. I mean, all they need is a second star. Heck, all I'm saying is, if Bronny develops in the G League at any point to even be a six-man, I'm just saying this is going to be a great team. But we'll have to see. We're going to have to give ratings now. Let's go over here. Utah, scratch them out there, just cash considerations anyway. Just pretty much getting charity at that point. Mavericks, in the short term, I give them an A+. Because it helps them defensively and offensively with AD and Max Christie coming on. Long term, it's definitely a D- because they gave away a generational player in Luka Doncic, right? But Lakers, short term, I'd give them a B-. I mean, it's kind of average. But in the long term, that's an A+. Easily A+. Easy. Then we have this 3-team trade. How many more trades we got? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Which some of them are just cash considerations anyway. The San Antonio Spurs finally did it. De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin coming into the Spurs, with the Kings getting Zach LaVine. I don't know who City Sissoko is, and a bunch of picks. I don't know how they pulled that off. And then the Bulls get Zach Collins, Kevin Huerter, Trey Jones, and a first-round pick. Now, this is an unpopular opinion. The Kings stole from the Spurs and the Bulls. Here's why. Trey Jones. Let's go ahead and pull up the Spurs real quick. Let's pull them up real quick. Trey Jones is a great guard off the bench. Right? Oh, they already switched him over. Whoops. Hold on. Hold your horses. We are going to... No, it's the Bulls. They trade with the Bulls. Bulls. Where's Trey Jones at? Trey Jones, I thought, could develop into at least a serviceable point guard. But he runs the point guard. He doesn't score. He's a pass-first player. Like, especially playing with Wemby, you have to be a pass-first player and defer to him. Right? Kevin Huerter, a great three-point shooter. Zach Collins, yes, he is not the best player. Everybody knows that at this point. But let's load this up a little bit faster. He can shoot the three. He doesn't want to, and he plays alongside Wembanyama, but he could shoot the three at the 5. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget him on the Portland Trailblazers just, a couple of years ago before he got hurt? He's a monster. He could still grow into being a monster. At being 27, he could still grow into a monster. With even a first-round pick this year for the Spurs, which if they stay at the ranking they're at, which is 12th, hey, all I'm saying is they can get a star there in Chicago. They already have that Matis Bahusili, I think is how you pronounce it. He's going to be a stud. Yeah. Oh, Bazelis. However you say his name. He's a stud. Let's be real. They get rid of Lonzo, they're going to get some picks out of him because he's a great defender, great shooter. He's great. They have Taylor Horton-Tucker, right? Taylor Horton-Tucker's 24. For crying out loud. I mean, they have players here on this team. Let's not get it twisted. And Patrick Williams, he's still 23. He still has time to develop into at least a defender. And he's even pretty good at defending right now. So, all I'm saying is, right, Chicago fleeced the Spurs and the Kings. The Kings got Zach LaVine to pair him up with DeMar DeRozan, and literally just traded out what is it, Nikola Vucevic for Domantas Sabonis. It's literally just the same team. And then, of course, whoever City Sissoko is. And they got 3 first-round picks in 3 seconds. Guys, the Kings and Bulls fleeced the Spurs. Like, De'Aaron Fox is going to have to learn to be more not defiant. He has to defer more to Wembanyama. Right? It's a great trade. Don't get me wrong. Here next year, they're going to be great because they're going to finally start to get to know how to play with each other. Jordan McLaughlin, I loved him with the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's a really good pass-first point guard, which, believe it or not, is one thing that they traded here. Great bench point guard. Great point guard off the bench. But De'Aaron Fox, a ball-dominant player who, yes, is a very good point guard, who is very fast, pretty good, two-way player. You're having to defer to Wembanyama. This is not your team no more. The Kings are your team. Here, you're the second option. You have to figure out how to play around Wemby now. Especially with whoever the coach is now. They're playing around Wemby now. You have to learn how to play around him like Zach Collins did, like Trey Jones did. I mean, it's one of those, right? Spurs, it's the same thing as, I would say, the Lakers and the Dallas trade. Kings, in the moment, I would say are B+. In the future, A+. Easy. Easy A+. Spurs, right now, I would say is a C+. You know, they're on the verge of like a C++. It's almost a B minus, but not there yet. In the long term, because they're so good at drafting, that's the only thing that's saving them at this point. And Stephon Castle coming into his 3-and-D own self, I would say maybe right now it'd be a B minus as well. In the long term, they're trying to have Wemby win on his rookie deal. And yeah, you want to try to win, but also you got to get pieces around him. And they need more than just De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin to get it done. So I'd say A minus in the long term. And of course A plus for the Kings. Bulls, in the short term, they want to rebuild. Oh my gosh. A minus for them. For now, A in the future. Like, that's hands down what's going to happen. That's just a trade, honestly. Alright. Mavs making another trade. Mavs get Caleb Martin with the Sixers getting Quentin Grimes and a second-round pick. Sixers are getting younger. They're building around Tyrese Maxey at this point. Because Caleb Martin, he was his own thing there in Miami. He was great in Miami. I think here now he's iffy. I think he's at best a like maybe a 10th man at most. Where are we going? To Mavericks. Caleb Martin. Yeah, like he has his moments. It's just like every bench player. They have their moments. And then they have their moments. Literally the last game in Philadelphia. No wonder why he got traded, bud. But and yeah, you get a semi-decent three-point shooter and defender for the short term, Quentin Grimes. You don't know Quentin Grimes. You're about to know. Quentin Grimes is a great young player. I wish that the Knicks never traded him, personally. But, hey, I mean, stuff happens, right? Let's see. Quentin Grimes. Where are you at, bud? and he was lower on the totem pole because of Luka and Kyrie pretty much taking those spots from him. But my goodness, he is a player. Like, look, now 3-point shooting, we never said he was a great 3-point shooter, but as a player, oh my goodness. Yeah, he had inconsistent minutes, blah, 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 blah. You see the potential, and he's, what, 23? 24. He's 24. He has time. Like, and then, what is it? Tyrese Maxey is, what, 23? 24 as well. They can grow together. I mean, Quentin Grimes is, what, 6'3", right? Where's Quentin Grimes? Oh, there he is. He's 24. And he is 6'4". Everybody runs small guard lineups, right? You saw it with the Warriors there for a little bit. You had... Who else? You saw the Dame CJ lineups, right? I think it'll be another Dame and CJ thing, but they're going to be great because they still have Jaden McCain coming back, or Jared McCain coming back next year. Now Joel Embiid here for the foreseeable future, at least, right? Sixers won that one. Mavericks, y'all lost. I'm sorry, but y'all screwed up. Y'all are trading all y'all's good guards away. Y'all traded away, or y'all let Jalen Brunson walk. Y'all traded away Luka Doncic. Y'all traded away Quentin Grimes. What future in the guard spot do y'all have? Let's be real here. What future do y'all have with the guard spot? I give the Mavericks a C- on this one. The Sixers, I'll give them a B+. It's not going to be the biggest improvement, but in the future, oh my gosh. And then Tice gets traded to the Thunder with a second-round pick, and the Pelicans just get money. Daniel Tice is a great center. I don't care what anybody says. They're a very good center. Or he is a very good center. And they get another pick, for crying out loud. How many picks do you need, Utah? Or OKC? How many picks do you need? Trade him to Utah. Trade him to Minnesota. My favorite team. Because we're suffering over here with Julius Randle because of the dumb decision to trade Cap. Anyway, hopefully we get a trade done here by tomorrow. What is it? At 3 p.m.? Yeah, 3 p.m. tomorrow. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. But that is my... Sorry. Hold on. Okay. That is my reaction to the trades so far. We'll make another video next week going over the rest of them because we know that it's going to be a pretty fast-paced thing now. Especially now that Luka has been traded. Now we know, like, yeah, it's going to happen. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for the long video. But I just wanted to say my opinions on all of these. Y'all saw y'all heard the trade gradings. You want to debate it? Comment down below respectfully. We'll have a nice civil discussion down there. But without further ado, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to slide the like button, turn the notification bell, comment down below what you guys want to see next. And yeah, maybe we'll do some reaction to some NBA highlights and some games here next week. But without any more wasted of time, see you guys later. Peace.